Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we listen to the dumb YouTuber with mindless speculation once again. But no, seriously, I'm hoping for a little bit more of a conversation. I don't want to edit or chop up this video too much. Just, sit back, relax. We're gonna talk about basically overdress. We've all had 48 hours or so, maybe less, to think about all of this, to, let it soak in, consider. And so now I just want to, talk excitedly because I am excited. Like I said, I've been very clear. I like everything here. I'm a bit questionable about the overtrigger, and I don't think 3 formats is a good idea. I think we should stick to premium and standard. I do understand V premium will be like a solid format to kind of ease people into overdress and stuff, so that the collections don't get fucked. But again, premium exists for that. But beyond that, beyond those 2 issues, I think everything here is amazing. And so now let's talk about that. So the anime looked already great. Let's just first go here a little bit, right? So we have our new nations. Now what's exciting to me here is that I believe we will still have a lot of the clan identity within those nations. If you look at the units that we saw in that trailer, a lot of them still look like units from those clans. And it's not like they showed everything at once either. It's very possible that we still get units that weren't in that trailer. And so now, I don't know, we saw Grand Blue units. It's not like Stoicheia, despite it looking like this great nature meets Bermuda-ish, and it doesn't even have Bermuda, but Paradise, it looks like that. But then we still saw very occult looking Grand Blue units. Dark States, they mentioned how Gear Chronicle fixed that situation, but then we saw Spike Brothers units in the trailers and so forth. It's very obvious to me that just like in MTG where you have your colors and you could say, oh, everything's a color, there's still plenty of sub-archetypes and races within those colors that still keep everything, their own thing. It's not because something is blue that it's no longer a merfolk. You have a blue merfolk and you can play a merfolk deck. It doesn't mean you're just playing a blue deck. I think it will be very similar here. So Megumi, for example, plays Stoicheia, but it's very clear it looks like Great Nature stuff. So it's very possible if you buy that trial deck, it will be mostly Great Nature stuff. I don't think it's going to be suddenly full of pirates between your Great Nature stuff. So, some people were crying about, oh, my clan identity. And while I think some of that will go kind of away, if there's a strong staple for your nation, you'll play it. I think you will still have very clear, oh, I am playing a somewhat necromancer deck and not a furry necromancer with flower pots deck. But who knows, right? I'd be down for anything, really. I just think we shouldn't assume that certain things will go away. Now, let's go over those nations, right? So first of all, Stoicheia is the best nation, and there's no question whatsoever. It's just the best. Stoicheia, best deck, let's go. For me, this is for me, of course. It has Grand Blue, it has Great Nature. It has Aquaforce. Maybe they'll reinstill my love for Aquaforce even. It looks amazing. Dragon Empire, I've always been very vocal about not being a fan of Dragon Empire clans, and now they're all together. So now I have one thing to hate on at once. Great. Now maybe the big issue, my big boogeyman at events was always Nubatama. Three events in a row, I got extremely unlucky against Nubatama and lost to it. It was really hurtful. So now maybe Dragon Empire as a whole can be my boogeyman. Keter Sanctuary. So this is a weird one to me because you have the 3 paladins, which I think will kind of start morphing together. Somewhat, at least. Except for maybe you will get some evil looking ones for shadows. But then you have your Angel Feathers, your Genesis, your OTT. It's going to be interesting what they do over there. Then we have our Dark States. I feel like all the clans in Dark States are different enough that you won't really have an issue figuring out what's what. I'm pretty sure that if you see a Pale Moon unit, you don't think it's a Spikes unit. So, I don't know. Overall, the trial deck for Dark States, if it's all Spikesy, it's not for me. But I know there's some Spikes fans out there who are like, finally, we're getting that love. So I'm all for it. And then we have Brandgate. I don't really play any clans in there. I have Link Joker stuff for if that's ever relevant in Premium. But beyond that, I've never really been into those. However, I do like their aesthetics they've shown so far. A bit better, actually. So that's interesting. Maybe I'll pick up Brandgate at some point. Now, let's see in which place you actually want to live, right? Keter Sanctuary, separated into the controlling faction that looks down from the floating island and the people below that gaze up at the island. So this is America. I don't know. I don't think I would want to live there. So it looks really pretty though, just not if you're down there. Dragon Empire, while the nation's borders are in constant flux, it remains safe and affluent due to its great military power based on destructive weapons. So this is Russia. That's great. Do you want to live in Russia? Me personally, not. Maybe not. Brandgate. To prepare for the return of Void, the citizens of Brandgate defend themselves from invaders with the power of science. Now, that's cool. You know, it looks a bit cold though. Do you want to live there? I don't know. Dark State. This just looks gothic as hell, so that looks really cool. And then we have Stoicheia. As foreseen by Stoicheia, the former zoo is a land where the world's best minds gather. See? All the smart people go to Stoicheia, represented by the Sacred Tree. Stoicheia's national power has been on a sharp rise. Stonks go up in Stoicheia due to its abundance of resources and the unity of its people. So not only are we smart, our resources are rich, our stonks go up, and there's unity between us. I mean, it's very obvious Stoicheia best deck right here. It's also very obvious in the fact that we go to these and like, you know, this is our protagonist. So if you're into protagonist stuff, cool. This guy's a Chad. So, you know, Dark States can be second best deck. This guy's just a Chad. Look at him. Nation Keeter, he looks a bit vanilla to me. This is kind of Edward Elric. So if this guy's an alchemist, that's gonna be cool. Then we have Megumi. This is best girl right here. I mean, it's obvious. We're smart, stonks go up, unity between the people, we got all the resources. I mean, sorry, it is what it is. Stoicheia best deck. And then we have Tomari. So this is like best girl 2.0. If you're into waifus and they have to be more waifu, then you go to Tomari. But if you are a man of culture, you're into Megumi. See, available from May 21st, 2021. So is that the actual English release? I assume so, because we're on the English website. So that's quite a while away. I am aware, I think that we got the trial decks in April. So I'm personally planning on just picking every one of them up. Because think about this. They're cheap as hell. So you're not really losing much. You get to try all the clans with like what? 20 bucks? Something like that. And if there's any staple in there, it will be staple in a bunch of decks. Because remember, we're in Nation City now, I guess. If there's something in Dark States that is super good generically, you will want to play that in all the Dark States clans in Premium. And probably in every variant of Dark States deck later on. So I think it's very important that you pick up staples if you can. You also get an over trigger, I think. So like those trial decks or start decks, what they call them right now. If that's the only support you're going to pick up for a while, you know, be sure that you just get it. And then you can already put those over triggers into your premium decks and so forth as well. So that's very exciting to me. You know, we can, even if a star deck is not going to be like the most exciting thing, right? Like it's not going to be, whoa, there's going to be this interaction, because it's kind of like you're getting some cards and you're going to learn to play the new rules, the new game. It's really just a way to get people into it. So it's not going to be the most interactive, crazy stuff, but you're getting access to some of those powerful new effects and you get to play them in premium already. So that's why I am picking up all of them. I'll just be able to grab the parts and put them into my premium decks. And then, of course, you know, try out the overdress format. But I don't think that will be like mega hype from the get-go, you know. It'll be fun. It'll be probably a bit more casual. And then once we get actual booster packs, it'll get more exciting. So you definitely have to go into that with like a bit of an open mind. But, you know, if you get too bored, you know, after just playing with star decks, just take them apart, put the staples into your premium decks, and let's go, right? I think that's all, right? Yeah, we covered it. I don't like over triggers yet. Grand Blue will have a field day with this, because remember, 50k shield, you can revive this with the Negro Nora G-Guard. So Negro Nora will automatically be 65k shield, plus another, I guess, 10k from a grade 1. So that's 75k shield. That basically blocks everything in the game except for Zoa. Beyond that, Greed Shade can like put this back into hand. Now, of course, unless you trigger it, because then it vanishes. But, you know, it's gonna be fun for me. Oh, by the way, obviously, like, the Grand Blue thing is kind of a joke, because, you know, currently, it's not like you get 5 stride turns either. So even if it's, like, really good to be able to guard with that, Negro Nora was already guarding anything anyway. Like, previously, you had 20... 35 plus, and you had 45k shield plus your 12k base, so you had 57k. That already blocked basically everything, so it's not a big deal. It's just me having fun and joking around. I'm very excited. Once again, this is just a problem to me. I already made a video specifically on this, and I will put that out somewhere in the near future, because I think it's important that we like are on the same page, but that's just my opinion. We'll see. Yeah, I'm just hype. Stoichea best tech. Spread the word. Like, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.